Let me tell you a little bit about Tormenta FC. We are playing in the Premier Development League. We open up on May 13th on the road, but our first home game is May 21st. The Premier Development League is 67 teams around North America and the United States. Those teams hail from Toronto and San Francisco. They're in San Diego. They're in Chicago. They're in New York. They're in Statesboro. They're in Miami. They're in Charlotte. They're in Toronto. They're in Portland. And that list, Statesboro doesn't get to be included on that list very often, but this summer we're competing for that championship. And that's the kind of things that I think Statesboro and our region has always done. We've thought bigger than perhaps others sometimes have thought of us. And being able to have a collective sort of capacity to pull those things together is really, really fun. We're undefeated, and so we act like we're undefeated. And part of what we do, thank you for those applause, part of what we do is hold press conferences in outstanding banks, and we bring a lot of our folks behind us. We get press tents. We also have fashion show reveals, and tonight is where we're going to start with some of that. Again, I want to thank Citizens Bank so much for doing that. We've got some fun things. They've got some giveaways. Listen, I wrote a letter to Crayola Crayons and said, I would like you to change the color in your box. It no longer needs to be magenta. It should be Tormenta magenta. Now, I have the copy of the email. They have not replied yet. But if they can get out in front of this, they're going to be really, really happy. It's always fun to see where stories begin, and our story really is beginning with this particular season. So, with that being said, we're going to show you some of the things that we have to offer from a fashion standpoint. We've got all members of our staff. I want you to know our front office staff, who's led by our Vice President for Franchise Development, Heidi Jeffers. We're so excited to keep her as an executive in this town. She's had such a long time impact, has really assembled a staff of almost 17 people that have been put together, and that doesn't even include our players, who hail from 8 countries and 7 different states. They start arriving the 1st of May, and city of Statesboro and our region hopefully will be a little bit different this particular summer. So first of all, you're going to see Dalton Scroggins. He's our game day gate manager, and Dalton's got our classic t-shirt. He's got our khaki hat on, and Dalton, if you'll just keep your back to everybody. One of our mission statement here is very, very simple. It's pros start here. And it's 3 words, and it doesn't go beyond that. And everything that we do, we want to feel like the way pros do it. We want to act like the way pros do it. Dalton, thank you very much. You guys clap for him. Dalton's going to come stand by me. We are also live on ESPN Radio 106.5, and we're so happy to have Danny and his crew here with us. So Dalton's standing over here by the sign. All right, next we have Chris Brock. Chris is with our Game Ticket Gate Associates. He's wearing our men's white pullover and that lovely white hat that goes together so nicely. You know, we are professionals, but we are not professional runway people. But Chris looks good in anything he's wearing, so he's pausing at all the right moments. You guys give Chris a hand, and Chris, come join us up here also. Crystal Riley, she's director of our game day operations. She has a big challenge on her hands. She's wearing our women's white pullover from the Soap Creek apparel collection. Riley will stop and turn around. Fit well, you look good in it. These are year-round things that Tormenta has. All right, next, Carrie Emerson. She's with our game day. She's our game day retail manager, and she's wearing our women's black pullover from the Soapy Creek apparel. Okay, a little more of the charcoal look, which I am a big fan of too. Thank you, Carrie. Jolly Joseph was our front office assistant with franchise development. He's wearing our men's collared white shirt and the all-impressive scarf. Thank you, Jolly. Turn and let the cameras see it. And Jolly, if you turn that scarf around, let them see what the message is. Listen, we are so simple. Our entire mission statement fits on a scarf. I don't know many corporations that can say that. Jolly, thank you very much. Colin Teeling. Colin's our IT analyst, and he's doing wonderful things with our app, our game day app and everything. Colin's also got the scarf, but he's wearing our men's collar blue shirt from our private collection. It's our own private label in the back. It says Tormenta FC on the shirts for all you golf aficionados. And if you guys will give Colin a round of applause, not just for how good he looks, But quite frankly, for all the ways we're able to communicate via social media and all that. If you notice, both of them have got our navy scarf and our gray scarf and all that. And I'll tell you a little bit more about the ones that I have. Next, we want to show you our game day kits that are coming out. Payne Van Tassel, he's my favorite soccer player. He's walking down with our practice kit. This is what we're going to be wearing every day that we train. Very nice, Payne. You can stop there and do an about face. He's got the good Nike socks and everything. We are a Nike club. Everything that we wear will be Nike. All right, next we've got James Brighton. James is one of our younger players on the team, one of the youngest players in the league. He's wearing our white away kit that you're seeing for the first time. I think the shoes is what I love most about soccer. And James will turn around and show it to you. You can see we've got Tormenta FC across the chest. The Grove is on the right sleeve. The PDL logo will always be on the left. And our shield across the front. So if you guys will give James a round of applause. Just stand right. All right, next we've got Drew Funk. Drew is a goalkeeper, and he's wearing our goalkeeper kit. I really like this look. You'll see lots of magenta splashed in here. I think it's a great color for us. We're going to really try to push it, and you'll see our keepers who have to wear a color that's different from everybody else, and because they're the only ones that can use their hands, which is why Drew's wearing those fancy oven mitts. So the officials have to be able to distinguish about who's the keeper and who's not. Great, Drew. Thank you very much. You guys will give him a round of applause. Hunter's coming up next. Hunter's wearing our black kit. Boy, I really like this one. Hunter Lloyden is a long time playing very well here in Statesboro for the Georgia Southern Eagles. He's a captain on that squad. We're lucky to have Hunter with us. He is also splashing those fancy magenta socks, and you will always know where we are. You'll notice that the kits, as they're starting to come out, they can be interchangeable with some things, but we think this is a look that we will probably start our first home game with. Notice the shield on the shorts, the crest, I should say, and also on the upper chest, and you can see the Nike swoosh is everywhere. All right, our final kit's being worn by Jeremy Rector. He's wearing the blue and magenta. Jeremy will come on out. We will start wearing this home kit probably right after in early June, maybe is sometime in June, halfway through the season, you'll start seeing that one. I love that it's got the splashes of magenta down the side. Nike's done a really good job of putting these all together. Anyway, if you'll give them all a round of applause. Nobody has seen these kits before today. First of all, I'm very pleased to announce tonight that all of our games are going to be streamed live. They'll be streamed live via our own YouTube channels, and that quality is just superb now. So much of Major League Baseball and the NCAA have begun to start streaming games that way because the quality of the technology has grown so much. We'll be doing the same. All of our games, we have just announcing tonight rather, that we have hired both a color analyst and the play-by-play gentleman, Joe Filios, and Eddie Rodriguez are both ESPN announcers. They will be here with us at every home game. Our games, by the way, will be playing at Georgia Southern University Stadium. All of the training that will take place at our soccer complex at the clubhouse. Really excited to have talent of that level. Eddie Rodriguez, by the way, was one of the original 108 MLS players who started on opening day when that league began. And we're really excited to have both of those. We've got tickets on sale today, too. Crystal Riley here is going to be helping with some of those things, if we can convince you to do some of that. They're all online and available at the clubhouse and clearly on game day, too. All right, one big announcement for you. Back earlier this year, we announced our head coach, and today I'm announcing a coaching change. Borja Perez was joining us from Spain. We have had some challenges on the immigration side. He's had some things that are going to keep him in Europe a little bit longer. We're going to still be working hard to bring Borja here, but I could not be more excited to tell you how we have changed in a direction that I think will be really, really outstanding, because it was actually my choice from day one. So in addition to being our general manager, I'm so excited to tell you that Ben Franklin will also be our head coach for the season, and that is deserving of a round of applause. And if Ben will come forward, and formally I get to announce my dear friend Ben Franklin, who's been so active in bringing our roster together. to actually getting him on the field. And the thing that makes me more excited about it, I think he's even more excited than I could be. So Ben, congratulations on that appointment. If you guys will give him one more round of applause, and I'm going to turn it over to you. Keep that pointed that direction. See you, buddy.
Thank you, Darren. If you guys take one more look right here, don't look at the uniforms for a minute, just look at the hair. I usually am quite proud, almost arrogant, that I can walk into the room and give myself Best Hair Award almost instantaneously. But Drew Funk, I think, is coming hot and heavy after my heels. These uniforms that you guys got to see tonight are amazing. The quality, the colors, how we've put them together, the fact that we have aligned ourselves with Nike. These uniforms are amazing. And I think you guys have seen that. And all night long I've heard click, 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 click of the cameras. And I love that. These uniforms are so cool. These uniforms do not define us. They do not define us. The quality of the uniforms are great. The quality of the people wearing them are greater. Our people, thank you. Thank you. Our people wearing these uniforms, these guys that I have had the opportunity to know since they were 9 or 17 years old or 9 or 14 years old, it has been my greatest pleasure to watch them grow. The quality of the people that represent this team that are standing in here with us tonight, that's what we want to be known by. Darren has said it twice. I will say it a third time. Pros start here. And I think that it's so surreal that we're standing in a room with business after hours, with business professionals, where everybody in this room who is a professional could track their career back to where they started. You all consider yourself pros. You all consider yourself masters of a certain trade or a certain craft, or you've tried to distinguish yourself. 75% of players that go into the MLS started in the PDL, and you're going to get to be a part of their journey. I don't think it's by accident that we're standing in a bank where banks are synonymous with good investments. You're investing. When you buy a ticket or a season pass for Tormenta FC, you are investing in this journey right here. And we thank you so much for that. May I please have Mandy and Kevin up here, please. It is a time-honored soccer tradition, and I recognize that soccer is foreign to some people in here, but that's okay. I work full-time, at least for one more week, with Special Operations Forces, and what I tell the military guys all the time is uncomfortable is not the same as impossible. So it's okay to get behind soccer. I just want everybody to lighten up a little bit, okay? It is a time-honored soccer tradition, and I've had the opportunity to do this in several countries. But as an American citizen, this will be my proudest moment of a scarf exchange ever. What I'm holding in my hand is a VIP customized Tormenta scarf. And not only is this the first time that you've ever seen it with our Tormenta Magenta, but it's also the first time we have ever given it out. So Mandy, I'm going to give mine to you, and thank you so much. Payne, hold the microphone. Feel free to freestyle.
Drop the mic.
Thank you so much for having us tonight. Thank you very much. And Darren is going to give one to Kevin as well.